Namaskar and good afternoon. I am really overwhelmed and express my deepest gratitude for the avalanche of genuine good wishes and affection all of you have shown. Justice Suryakant, Justice Suryakant, Justice Rishikesh Roy, who I think had to go, Justice Amanullah, Justice Vishwanathan, Justice Koteshwar Singh, Justice Manmohan, Justice Vibhu Bakru, Justice Yashant Verma, Mr. Mohit Mathur, Jatan Singh, Sandeep Sharma, Mr. Chetan Sharma. I can keep on going. I know I've seen Mr. S. Chandok, Mr. Kora, so many of them. These were several of you are the ones before who were there when I joined the bar. Such a warm felicitation. I'm sanguine to the task set for me, which I must perform to the best of my ability. Yes, Justice Suryakant rightly said it's always very nice to be back, to go back to the home, that is the place where the journey began. That place is very dear to us and it is also very dear to me. It's an institution called Delhi High Court. It is a full circle. Not only did I stand before this court as an advocate for about 22 years, then I had the honor of sitting as a judge over here for 13 years. It was in 1983 that I joined the profession with a degree of law, typical exuberance of a young lawyer. I was, and I see a lot of youngsters over here, starry-eyed. I was like you, and in a lot of ways like you, because I had a mind. I had no briefs, no money. That's how the practice began at that time, and I think it still continues. I remember very vividly the time I had spent in the early 6 months in Tisazari. I remember the Scandal Point. I remember sipping cold coffee sitting on a table with elders. I remember the Gold Canteen. I remember the Central Lot and whatnot. But it was coming to the High Court that made me. It was the judges and the lawyers over here who were class apart. It gave me an opportunity because I became the additional public prosecutor, then the standing counsel, and above all, I did a couple of matters as a friend of the court, amicus curiae. When I look back, the names which mattered to me, which really impressed me, I had Mr. A.B. Saharia, who went on to become a judge over here, was an advocate par excellence, Mr. C.M. Oberoi, Mr. P.N. Lekhi, Mr. Somnath Marwa, Mr. Sardari Lal Bhatia, Mr. Anup Singh, and we have Mr. Jitendra Sethi, Mr. V.N. Kora, who were also at that time, Mr. A.S. Chandok. They were all there at that time. But there are three more people whom probably many people don't know had left a great impression. They helped me a lot. One was Mr. D.K. Kapoor, whom I worked for a very long time. Mr. B.J. Nair was so open-hearted, he allowed me to use the chamber without any questions, without any things. And Mr. F.C. Bedi, with whom I had worked for some time in the district courts. I have countless memories and invaluable lessons which I learned for my life and as a lawyer over here and then as a judge. I was right, Mr. Mathur rightly pointed out, I used normally be the first one to come to the court with my trolley. And I was perhaps the first one to start using trolley. I'm told it's now fairly common. But it was helped me to prepare for 1 hour the matters in the morning and avoid the morning crowd. The only regret I had is I never visited the canteen very often. Perhaps I visited the canteen more as a judge than as a lawyer. The other regret I'll have is I'll never go back as a lawyer. I'll never become an advocate once I demit office. Delhi High Court is earned a recognition internationally. Be it intellectual property rights is the preferred forum or the court for all citizens who want to invoke constitutional rights, commercial disputes, arbitration. It's also the front runner as far as technological advancement is concerned, be it e-courts, e-filing. But apart from that, it's the ADR where they have taken the lead now. Samadhan, with the lawyers have set up, is perhaps the best in the country. But what makes us so good? What makes us the best High Court? I think there are three facets to it. A stellar bar comprising of subject matter experts across the field. Two, a bench distinguished by competent and erudite judges. And three, efficient case management system. Nowhere in the country we can have a case listed the very next day without doing any effort. But apart from this court also boasts about the highest number of women advocates which got elevated as High Court judges, which we are very proud of. There's another very uniqueness which others try to emulate, but they are not successful. Is the most cosmopolitan High Court in the country. Nobody is treated as an outsider. You come, you become a part and parcel of this court, and you're loved, and you get work from every and anybody. In the court also, we follow what is called, I feel, identity-free practice, where identities do not matter. That's a very big plus point. I can go on and on, but my primary purpose of visiting over here was not to give you a lecture. I think I gave enough in the courts, which everybody knows who's appeared before me. My primary aim was to meet you and interact with you, express my gratitude to my court, my home, for whatever I have achieved as a lawyer and then as a judge and as a human being. I owe everything to this institution. Thank you so much.